Hello bronies and Pegasisters, my name is Frostcloud on my Mr. Chaos the Cunning Wolf channel. After watching Horseplay 3 more times after I reacted to it last Saturday, I will say this episode personally isn't exactly the best in the series, but it is one of my most memorable episodes, if that even makes sense. After the episodes Celestial Advice and A Royal Problem from Season 7, where Celestia was featured for a great deal of both episodes, we get this? I must say, for this episode being yet another episode where Celestia is involved for a great deal of the plot, I am impressed with how it turned out. As if having another episode where Celestia is heavily featured wasn't already great enough, let's have her also be hilarious as well.
Come on, Star Swirl. Throw off that musty hat and let's have a dance.
Celestia's not so good attempts at acting always had me laughing during the 3 more times I watched this episode. Seriously, I haven't laughed this much at the humorous side of Celestia since that one line from Celestial Advice.
I was not aware that I was an expression. An appropriate one, of course.
Now, when it comes to this episode's moral, honesty comes first. I definitely understood the moral, and I can also relate to it. I will talk about that shortly. I very much understand Celestia's anger and hurt towards Twilight.
I'm upset because in all the time we've known each other, I thought I taught you about the importance of friendship, trust, and honesty.
Now at first, after my reaction to this episode, I actually thought Celestia was being a little too harsh on Twilight. So much so that I was almost going to give this episode only an 8 or 9 out of 10 paws. The way Celestia threw friendship in with trust and honesty sort of confused me at first. For a good while after the reaction, I spent a lot of time thinking, yes, Twilight did forget about the importance of trust and honesty, but friendship in general altogether? Really, Celestia? But during my second viewing, I listened to this line from Applejack more carefully.
Twilight, you know truth is a huge part of friendship.
And then I remembered something. Something I should have remembered in the first place during my reaction. But we all make mistakes. Honesty is a big part of any friendship, which is the reason why I now think Celestia's upsetness at Twilight feels justified. Trust and honesty is a major part of not only friendship, it is also a major part of love, marriage, and family. Now, how do I relate to the moral in this episode? Well, I'm going to tell you all a short story, and then go on a short rant regarding my relatability to this episode's moral. The story. My mother, being the honest person she is, recently earlier this year spilled the beans with me alone that there was favoritism going on in my formerly normal family, and that my father actually liked my sister more. A little while after my parents got a divorce, I emailed my dad occasionally. And of course, most of those emails were about the situation, and usually somewhere in those emails he would say, "I love you very much." But of course, now I know that he actually loved my sister more, and that he was lying to my face. So again, one of the things that honesty is very important in is family. Now for that short rant. When it comes to me being a YouTuber, I want my fans to always be honest with me. I don't want my fans to pretentiously agree with my opinions to spare my feelings, or blow smoke up my ponut by saying my videos are absolutely flawless. No. If you disagree with an opinion I have, you can tell me. In most cases, I will not be hurt by that. If you feel that there is an area where I can improve my content on this channel, you can say so. I always like receiving constructive criticism. So in conclusion to this statement, I no longer think Celestia was overreacting because I know from experience what it's like to be lied to and stabbed in the back. As I said in the beginning of this review, I don't find this to be one of my most favorite episodes in the series, but it is one of the most memorable. Perhaps it's because, again, Celestia is heavily featured in it. Maybe it's because of the structure of this episode. I'm not fully sure what it is, but it just is. For me personally, this is a good episode, and I'm glad I was able to relate to its moral. Out of 10 paws, I give this episode 10. Always remember, everything said in this video is only my opinion. Simple as that. As always, my name is Frostcloud. Thank you all for tuning in, and have a wonderful day. Brohuff.